Joining me is Dr. Sivaranjani Santosh, who we spoke to earlier regarding a landmark order that was given by the FSSAI on the use and consumption of sugar drinks that were falsely mislabeling themselves as ORS drinks, which are important to save, the health and save the children from diarrhea. But now there has been a twist to this entire saga. The 8-year long battle that Dr. Santosh was fighting has hit a roadblock. And I have with me Dr. Santosh herself. Ma'am, tell us what the Delhi High Court's order has been to the companies who were selling these sugar drinks as ORS packaged drinks.
Firstly, the order was given on 14th and clarification was given on 15th. But ORSL rebalanced with ORS and glucon-D active ORS continued to be sold in the pharmacies as well as online commerce platforms. On 17th, there was a proposal or a request by the JNTL, which is an Indian subsidiary of the Kenvue company, which is a spin-off of Johnson & Johnson. There was a proposal or request that FSSAI listens to them in a week's time, and that was the proposal. So that they get enough, they said they have stock in circulation worth 180 to 200 crores, and that FSSAI needs to listen to them, their proposal. Okay, their whatever you call request or representation. Okay,
right.
For that FSSAI consented. This is what I said. I didn't say that FSSAI consented to the sale of 180 crore stock. I said FSSAI consented or agreed to listen to their representation. And that's why Delhi High Court gave a limited stay order. It was a limited order. It said in a week's time, JNTL has to give its representation to FSSAI and FSSAI has to dispose it off. And if JNTL is not in agreement with the way FSSAI disposes of its representation, then JNTL can approach the courts again. This is what was said. And this is what I said too. I never said that FSSAI consented to the sale of the products. But unfortunately, I was misrepresented. I saw an Instagram social media post by FSSAI saying that some of the people were misrepresenting facts. No, I didn't misrepresent the fact, misrepresent facts. But now what it means to a normal person, to anybody is that actually ORS cannot be used on any of these labels anymore. But the order of 14th and 15th, those orders stay on hold till FSSAI listens to JNTL and disposes of their request or proposal or representation. Right. And it's been a week. So today FSSAI has to listen to them and dispose of. And my request is that they should implement the order right away from today. Okay, even yesterday, when I sent somebody to the pharmacy and said, go ask for ORS, this is what they got. Even yesterday, last night.
So therefore, all the campaigning, all the talking about ORS being mislabeled into sugar drinks, all the news that has come forward has really not had any impact on the ground. When you're going to a pharmacy, you're still being given these sugar drinks to be given to children for consumption. And on the other hand, now the companies in question have gone ahead and they have approached the FSSAI, they have approached the courts because they have stock that has not been sold and they are pleading because they are going to make losses here.
Yeah, so I wouldn't say there was no impact. Actually, there was tremendous impact. For the first time, the whole country, even Assam, Gujarat, local newspapers, and everywhere, front page, they covered this issue in local language. So there is now a lot of awareness about
Right.
what is the right ORS and what is a misleadingly labeled high sugar liquid. Okay, so
Okay.
people know, at least I think 60 to 70% of Indians would know by now that they should not give this to their children, or they should not take it when they are dehydrated, or when they are having diarrhea, or when they are having diabetes. Okay,
Right.
but
Right.
still the pharmacist, whoever, this gives more profit. And he
Hmm.
thought this boy who went to buy is still gullible enough to buy this. So
So
that is
then
the
the
show.
question is, doctor, it is very important for the public to understand the difference between those sugar drinks and those companies selling ORS. And that is where sensitization comes in, because if a company is appealing that to courts or authorities that their stocks are lying and they need to dispose of the stocks and they need some time for that, or they will face losses, they are well within their means to do so. But it is for the people to understand that they are not supposed to consume these. So how do we disseminate that kind of message to the local level where people refuse to buy these drinks from the pharmacies in the first place?
Firstly, the companies may be well within their means legally, but not morally and ethically.
Hmm.
There has to be some, there have to be some morals and ethics. Okay, I don't see them at all. Okay,
Hmm.
and second, to the Indians, ORS is a great drug. It saved millions of lives.
Right.
Okay, during the cholera epidemic, it saved millions of lives. In the under 5 age group in India, out of every 100 deaths, 13 deaths are due to diarrhea. And if we give the correct oral rehydration solution to the children, we
Hmm.
can prevent these deaths. We can bring
Absolutely.
them down. Okay. And in fact, the nation has a diarrhea control program also.
Hmm.
Okay. But what that real ORS has a particular formula. It has sodium 75 milliosmol per liter, glucose 75 milliosmol per liter. The total osmolarity is 245 milliosmol per liter. On the label, it will be clearly written WHO recommended formula ORS. And there won't be any FSSAI stamp there, because this is a drug, this is a formula, and it is Indian Pharmacopoeia, IP. Right?
Right.
So, for you, in simple terms, it should be written WHO recommended formula ORS. Then that is the correct ORS, which is life saving. Whereas this, on the label, it is written ORSL. Okay, and here it is written this is not an ORS. And here it is written do not give during diarrhea. And there is an FSSAI stamp. So this is a high sugar liquid which should not be given, especially during dehydration and diarrhea. Okay,
Yes.
will worsen your child's diarrhea like crazy. And if your
Hmm.
child already has diabetes, the sugar levels will just shoot up and your child may end up in diabetic ketoacidosis.
Right.
And in India,
That's highly
under
dangerous.
WHO recommended formula ORS, we have three types. One is a 4-gram sachet, one is a 20
Hmm.
gram sachet, and we have
Absolutely.
Tetra packs. So look for
Yes.
WHO recommended formula on the label. 4
Hmm.
gram sachet in 200 ml water, 20 gram sachet in 1 liter water. You can keep it for 24 hours and give it to your child as needed.
What about your request of putting labeling in local language also? Has FSSAI responded to that or considered that?
I think that request was mostly on the social media. Now you have given me the idea. Actually, I should have written to them. I should have written to them.
Okay.
The labeling should be in regional language, in better font, and government should
Right.
raise awareness about the type of sachets available, how to prepare the solution. Otherwise, people what they do, they take this much salt, this much water, and mix it. That's not how they are supposed to
Right.
do. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, labeling has to be in regional language and government has to raise a lot of awareness about correct rehydration and correct
Hmm.
way of preparing oral rehydration solution.
So, ma'am, have you also written to FSSAI or spoken to them about the current situation where
I've
the
sent
order
my
that
objection.
was
I've sent
you
my
have
objection
sent?
very clearly. Very clearly, I've sent my objection and I requested that they dispose of the petition. I mean, dispose of the representation ASAP
Yeah.
and implement the order with immediate effect. And
Hmm.
my request to the government of India is to bring a strong law that accept WHO recommended formula ORS and plain water. Nothing should be sold in the pharmacies. They may not label it ORS, but they may label it Himalaya Rehydrate, Electro-Choice, Zincovit Active, Ribalance Vit. They'll stop it there. Glucon D Active. They may stop it there. They may give this another name, but they'll continue to be in the pharmacies. And they'll continue to jeopardize the lives and health of our children and our people. So a strong law has to come for this. That is how it has to be.
In the first instant, it shouldn't even be sold in the pharmacies.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. Except WHO
Just
recommended
why
from
not
the
just be
ORS,
sold at normal store?
then they can sell even Maaza, Fruity,
Right.
Pepsi, Thumbs Up. No, why not?
Right. Right. So that seems to be the point of contention. But of course, as I speak to you, Dr. Santosh, this is for the second time. And the battle there, this means, is not over yet. Even after 8 years, you're still having to appeal and go through the entire process once again. But in my last conversation that I had with you, I'd spoken to you about the Indian Academy of Paediatricians. Have you received any support from them this time around?
A big zero.
Well, this is also, unfortunate because all India's pediatricians should be aware of the fact that these ORS drinks are being mislabeled as ORS drinks, as sugar drinks. And certainly, this is something that's really harmful for the health of children. And all pediatricians.
There are a few members of IAP who supported
Okay.
me.
Mm-hmm.
Dr. Preeti Galgali, Dr. Rajesh Kulkarni, and suddenly I'm having a thought block. The IAP executive member from Chandigarh. And right now, Dr. Himabindu is contesting for the IAP elections and
Okay.
for the president. I think she's made sure Women Pediatricians Forum implemented in my petition, and Endocrine Society of India also has implemented in my petition.
So that means that there has been support that's been coming forward to you now, at least.
These people supported me even before,
Few.
but that wasn't enough, right? As an association, they didn't support me. It was just me.
Right.
And see, it's scary for me on my family also, right? To be fighting such giants. I mean,
Are you receiving any sort of threats right now, ma'am?
no.
No. But of course, that uncertainty remains.
Yes.
And definitely what you're doing is for the good of society. And it is unfortunate that there should be support pouring in from everywhere. That's not happening at the moment, but certainly what we are witnessing right now is the battle is long, and that it might take some time for the FSSAI to implement the order that was spoken about of removing these sugar drinks from the pharmacies itself, and only those labeled as WHO recommended ORS need to be sold in the pharmacies for access to patients, especially children, to save them from diarrhea-related ailments. Thank you so much, Dr. Santosh,
Awareness by the
for
government.
joining us once again.
Awareness by the government.
Sure, sure. And the government awareness is also a big part of this. Thank you so much, Dr. Santosh, for joining us.